You know, you're going to get this all the time. You know, a lot of people, they don't believe in the higher power, they don't believe in God. Some people wonder why he don't answer prayers, or some people wonder why God seems like he at a distance. We're finna talk about that today, alright? Let's get with it. YouTube. What's up, baby? See, we're finna go ahead and talk about it. Okay, you know, it's gonna be times in your life where you're gonna feel like God seems like he's distant from you, or you ain't getting what you want in your prayers, or you lose faith, or, you know, you don't believe there is a God. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's gonna be a lot of times you're gonna get disappointed with God. All kinds of things. You're gonna get pissed off. It's all good. You know why? Because you're human. So, we're gonna go ahead and break this down. And the reason we're gonna go ahead and break this down is because I know a lot of people want to know this. You know, why do God seem like he don't hear, he don't care, he don't answer prayers, and sometimes you feel like you're alone. You feel like God is at a distance, and you just seem lonely sometimes, right? Yeah, everybody done felt that. If you haven't felt it, that means that, you know, that's something that you need to take up with God. You know what I'm saying? That means that if you haven't felt that, you know what I'm saying, you just haven't made it to that stage in your life. Okay, I'm saying? But everybody gonna have that stage where, you know, you seem like everything is just going wrong. Now, this is why. The reason why is the same thing. The reason why you test people, God's gonna test you too. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm a person, I believe in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? I believe that some things are watered down, some things aren't. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, when I told you you need to get a relationship with the higher power to define, you know what I'm saying, how the higher power speaks to you, that's what you need to do. Now, I'm finna go refer to the Bible right quick, okay? It's this little story that, you know, always stuck with me when I was a child. It's called the Book of Job. Where, you know, the Book of Job is where he lost everything. He lost everything from his family, you know what I'm saying? All his belongings, all his earthly belongings, he lost it all. Now, he lost it. One thing about it, he didn't curse God, okay? He didn't curse him. You know why? Because God believed in him. See, God believed in him. You know what I'm saying? God made a deal with the devil. And the devil, you know, he wanted to trust, you know what I'm saying? He wanted to test Job's faith in God. You know, God already told him, you know, it's all good. This is how I'm telling the story, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't remember it word from word, all right? But the devil wanted to test Job's faith. You know, God said it's all good. You can test Job's faith. You want to test him, but you got boundaries, okay? When you go through storms in your life, hey, it's boundaries. The universe has boundaries of what you can take or what you can't take. You know what I'm saying? But we're finna get back to that. I ain't finna explain that about the universe and stuff. I'm finna tell you what I believe and how. I'm finna tell you the story. Listen. Now, okay, he wanted to test Job's faith. So next thing you know, Job lost everything. Job got sick and all that, right? He did. He got humiliated. He got laughed at, you know. People wanted to curse him, you know what I'm saying? Talking about, won't you curse God and all that, yada, yada, yada. At the end, you know what I'm saying? Moral of the story, he didn't curse God. He didn't lose his faith, you know what I'm saying? And then he got double for his trouble at the end. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, logical, double for your trouble, all right? Hard work pays off. Now, you know, faith, believing, you know what I'm saying? It's going to pay off. What you put in this world, you're going to get back out. But we're going to get back to the discussion and the topic at hand. Now, one time, did God, you know what I'm saying, come to him during this storm? Now, one time did God come to him during this storm. This is what came out of Job's mouth. Though he slay me, I put my trust in the Lord, right? Now, it was something dealing with that. You know what I'm saying? For all y'all like to be perfectly, you know, for me to be perfectly clear, you go look it up. Now, though he slay me, my trust is still in the Lord. It's something like that. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I didn't look at the Bible this morning. I'm freestyling off the top of the dome, so pay attention. Now, what I'm trying to tell you, now at one time, God warned Job that this storm was coming. Now, one time, did God tell Job what was going on, it's going to be all right, you know, all of that. Because you know why? Job already knew God. You know what I'm saying? I know some of y'all probably, you know, going to say, you know, we don't know him like Job knew him. Okay, fine. Now, what I'm about to say is this, right? Okay, God didn't warn him, right? God wasn't there during the storm. Now, same thing you be doing to certain people, same thing you done in your life. Now I know 9 times out of 10 y'all done been in relationships, right? Some people don't want to develop a relationship with you in real life. And what do? You want to test their strength and you want to test their faith. So if you want to test their strength and you want to test their faith, what is the problem with God testing your strength and testing your faith? You don't always give everybody what they want. God ain't gonna always give you what you want. I know you're trying to say, I'm not God. Of course you're not God. And at the end of the day, God is not human. And you're human. It's two different things. That's why he's God and that's why you're human. He knows what you need. You know what you want. It's a big difference. That's why prayers are getting unanswered. And when he seems like he's far away, he's right there beside you. Sometimes it's a test, but most of the time, when he's silent, when he's not around, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can pray, it feel like you can do all you can do, and he's nowhere. You don't feel him, you don't hear, it just feel uneasy. It's just an uneasy feeling. When it's an uneasy feeling like that, it's just that he want to see how much you love him. If he pull back like you be pulling back from people, and you expect people to treat you accordingly, you know what I'm saying? You don't want nobody to pull a you on you. Maybe God doing the same thing to you. And don't sit up there and lie and act like you ain't never played games with nobody. You ain't never played games with nobody, but you want somebody to keep it 100 with you. You don't think God gonna pull back from time to time to test your strength, test your faith? Obstacles are here for a reason. You're gonna have problems. See, it's a lot of people saying that I can't wait till these problems over, then I can be happy. No. Life is just like you started as a child, you started from school. It's common sense. When you're a child, you get taught. You're going to have to learn how to crawl before you walk. You crawled on your own. So sometimes God got to give you that push and that nudge for you to step up and do something yourself. You can't count on him all the time. You can count on him all the time, but what I'm saying is he's not going to do it for you taking baby steps when you are a grown adult. Faith without works is dead. If you don't even believe in yourself and what you're doing, it's impossible to be successful in life. It's impossible to get through troubles. It's impossible to get through trouble waters. You can't do it. That's why God do what he do. He gonna pull back from time to time. He want to see how much you love him. You love everything on this earth. You love everything in this world. How much you love God. He gonna pull back time to time. He want to know how much you love him. For that man that you chasing, ladies, for that man you chasing, that he pulled back, he ignoring you, but you still calling him. For that girl you're chasing, fellas, for that girl you're chasing, with that big old ass, hey, you started chasing. She ignoring your ass. You started calling. She don't even answer. You started calling. You started texting. You started trying to get her attention. But she ain't even paying you no attention. Vice versa, ladies, fellas, do y'all the same way. You running up behind her, but they ain't paying you no attention. But it's a problem when God do it. But when God do it, oh, you just want to walk away just like that. I think that's backwards. You got life messed up. You need to flip it around. Flip that around. When people ignore you, when people can't do you no justice, what do you need to do? You need to walk away from them. But when God tests you, what do you need to do? You need to keep calling. You need to keep praying without ceasing. That's what they come in at. That's what I mean. Pray without ceasing. Talk to God. Develop a close relationship with him. See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all chasing everything in this world, but you don't want to chase God like that. That's why he pulled back from time to time. He gonna pull back. Everything's a test. From life to God, everything's a test and everything gonna be a battle. You gonna have problems till the day you drop dead. Don't wait for your problems to end to live a life. If you do that, you ain't gonna have a life. Don't get mad because God seems distant. You don't get mad when Keisha seems distant. You don't get mad when Mike seems distant. What you do, you keep pursuing. Maybe God wants you to do the same thing. You need to keep pursuing him. See, everybody got this world messed up. What you need to pursue is what you don't look for. But the main thing that you don't look for, that's what's carrying you to this day. That's what's carrying you. What you don't believe in is what's carrying you. You know why? Because you got to believe it. You got to see it to believe it. That's why. You got to see it to believe it. You got to be logical. Everything is not logical. Everything is not at a logical standpoint. Okay? How did your heart keep beating for 5 years? You don't know. How your heart keep beating straight? For how old are you? You don't know. what is just the fate, just the works of the universe. It's God. But I'm not trying to push no belief or no religion off on y'all. That's just my belief, but I'm just telling you. High power, the universe, or whatever. You gon' have to get an inner, closer relationship. Just like he pulled back when your prayers unanswered, but you want to quit on him. But you don't want to quit on the people that's, these earthly people that's doing all the most devilish things on this planet, or doing all the most hellish shit on this planet. But you chasing after that? And you wonder why your prayers ain't getting answered. You wonder why your relationship with God is just off. Or with the high power, whatever you call it. You wonder why it's off. Because that's why. Your loyalty ain't good. You up there talking about loyalty. You up there talking about how loyalty should be. You want to talk about loyalty? I'll show you loyalty. Loyalty is a God that created you and protected you all these years, and yet you still don't believe in it. If that ain't unloyalty for your ass, I don't know what it is. A God that done took care of you your whole life. He done created you. He gave you the mother and the father that raised you. He put food in your mouth. But yet you don't believe in nothing. You don't care because you're not getting what you want. So you just choose to just ball God up and just throw him away, just throw him aside until he give you what you want. But everybody else out here in these streets, you want to kiss their ass and they treating you like shit. But the main source of it all is loving you and taking care of you, nurturing you, and raised you and created you. And then brought you in this work and take you out at any time. You don't even care about that. That's how your mind is messed up. That's why it's more obstacles. Your life can be a whole lot easier if you sit down and be thankful for what you got and talk to the person that been carrying you this whole way. That's why your prayers aren't answered, because you're selfish. You're looking out for me, 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 me. What can help me? What can benefit me? I'm not worried about who I hurt. I don't care about nobody else. That's selfish. God don't like ugly. And you damn sure ain't looking too fond in the mirror right now. God don't like ugly. You need to look at yourself. Stop being so damn selfish. That's why some things don't come to you like that. Everything ain't gonna come on time. How you gonna be that? If you that damn selfish, you can't be thankful for what you got now. You can't go to the next level. That's why some people can't be rich. You can't be rich because some people don't know how to manage their money. That's why some people are few. Some are called, but only a few are chosen. That's why. That's why it's bosses and it's employees. Everybody can't be a boss. That's why when you want that, and you want $1 million, you're praying for $1 million, you might not be fit to have $1 million. You might just need to live a normal life. And I'm not talking about being broke or nothing like that. I'm just talking about a normal, casual life. You ain't hurting. You can get pretty much anything you want, but you just ain't got the money just to go and act a damn fool with. That's what I'm talking about. I'm just saying comfortably living. That's why some of y'all are comfortably living, which I know you want to be rich, but you're not fit to be rich because you don't know how to manage it wisely. That's why certain people are in certain positions in life. That's why certain prayers are not answered, because you, don't get me wrong, God, he gonna love you always, but he gonna test you. He want to show you. He's trying to tell you, I'm doing all this for you. How much you love me? Show me how much you love me. How much faith do you got in me? If I leave, would you still remember me when I'm gone? Would you still thank me? Like you chasing everybody else in these streets. Would you still treat me the same, even though I made you like that? How much do you love me? Do you love me more than you love everything that you chasing? Do you love me more than do you love me more than the breath of life because I gave it to you? That's what he's saying. I gave you the breath of life, but you don't even love me. Everything that I gave you, you don't love me because I didn't give you enough. I gave you the breath of life and you ain't satisfied with that. Are you that insecure about and unsatisfied with life that you can't even thank God and he the one that he the whole reason you here? And you want to know why some prayers don't be answered? You want to know why God seems a distance? You want to know why this corona thing going on? You want to know why? That's your answer, right? Look around. What have you done for him lately? Sometimes he's going to ask you that question. You want God to do everything for you? What you done for him lately? Sometimes, yeah, you're going to go through problems. You just got to trust the process. Transformation is process. That's what transformation is. It's a process. Obstacles are levels. Just like in school. We're going to take it back. Let me go and break it down. You in school, right? You in kindergarten. First grade, second grade, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10, 11, 12. College, adult. You got to go through levels. In each level you go, you're going to have different lessons. Life is going to get harder and harder. So you're going to continue to have problems regardless. You just got to learn to work through them. That's what makes you strong as a person. So when you get older, you can tell the young cats how to do it. Tell them, you're going to have problems. That's life. Life ain't over. But when y'all talking about everybody ain't answering, God ain't answering y'all prayers, you losing faith, but you don't lose faith in the people that you love and you chasing around here. That's why you chasing the wrong source. That's why your prayers ain't answered. That's why when God seems distant and you feel like your prayers can't get answered, that's the problem right there. That's your main problem. You run into the wrong source for help. You run into the wrong source for love. You run into the wrong source for provision. You know what I'm saying? You're looking for your provider, you run into the wrong source. You're looking for love, you're looking for peace, you run into the wrong source. You run into people. You don't run to people for that. Because you know happiness, that's between you and God. That's an inside job. Happiness is an inside job. You got to be happy with yourself. You can't be up and down this, you know what I'm saying, up and down the road in life, unhappy, and expect to make somebody else happy. That's why half of y'all ain't in relationships. You can't make nobody else happy when you're miserable. Misery loves company. You got to make yourself happy, complete, and be whole before you love somebody. If you don't love yourself yet fully, you can't love nobody else. If you ain't thankful for what you got, don't worry about getting nothing. Don't worry about getting more than what you got. Be thankful for what you got and work with what you got right now. You might have more resources than what you got right now than what you even looking at. You missing the big picture. Stop being selfish. You run into the wrong one. Stop running to people. Run to God, and maybe things get easy. Like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate you for watching IBC. I'm gone.